Welcome to the fairest show on television. First tonight, we have a race in the Republican primary. Not a race for first place yet, but a race nonetheless for second place to take on Donald Trump. Last night's Iowa debate confirmed what polling from Iowa shows. Right now, it is between Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley to take on Trump, which makes December 6th so important. NewsNation will host the next and possible final Republican debate before Iowa. With us now, Scott Tranter, head of data science for our partners at Decision Desk HQ, Marc, former special assistant to the president, press secretary to Vice President Mike Pence. Gentlemen, good to see both of you. Scott, I want to start with you with a moment from last night, probably what would have been the most thought about moment, which was at the very beginning, Vivek Ramaswamy going after, of all people, the moderators.
She made fun of me for actually joining TikTok while her own daughter was actually using the app for a long time. So you might want to take care of your family first.
You're just
the easy answer.
Okay. That was him going after Nikki Haley. Is there any rules anymore to the debates? And I ask that in light of the 2015 debates, that you would think that sort of a lack of decorum hurts people, and now it doesn't seem to.
No, it actually, we see it in the fundraising. You know, Vivek does those things because it helps him on the fundraising side. And, you know, if the clip went a couple seconds longer, we'd see Nikki Haley basically call him scum. That helps her on the fundraising side, too. These big gotcha moments that we're playing clips on, it plays well to the base. It's certainly on the fundraising side. We'll see if it helps him on the voting side. You know, that wasn't necessarily a popular thing if you were supporting one of the other candidates. It just drives up his negatives among everyone else. But, you know, that's what you have to do if you want to get attention.
Marc, let's look at this from a different perspective. You look forward. If there is a non-Trump lane, what is it?
I don't know if there is, but if there was, I mean, you're going to have someone that's going to have that experience. Like, a lot of people were complaining about how it was focused on international relations and foreign policy. Well, we expect our presidents, regardless of politics, to check that box. I need to be able to envision you in the Oval Office. I need to imagine you being there in a time of crisis. And so last night, I think definitely two, maybe even three, you could argue, made that case. They looked presidential. They were talking about international relations. It's definitely Nikki Haley's wheelhouse. And she came off as experienced in that way. Then they move it to the other issues, which is actually what the voters are going to decide the election on.
Yeah. All right, so you could imagine yesterday, after the results on Tuesday, which now seem like forever ago, the Republicans got shellacked in, the moderators were rewriting all their questions about abortion, and the candidates were trying to figure out their answers. The one person who I thought his answer really didn't change debate to debate to debate on abortion was Nikki Haley. Take a listen.
I don't judge anyone for being pro-choice, and I don't want them to judge me for being pro-life. So when we're looking at this, there are some states that are going more on the pro-life side. I welcome that. There are some states that are going more on the pro-choice side. I wish that wasn't the case, but the people decided.
So this is the question. That works very well in a general election. Is that disqualifying among Republican primary voters?
We're going to find out. It's interesting. She's been giving that answer for a couple of debates, you know, slightly different,
right,
but factually the same. You know, she sounds very nuanced on it. She's obviously the only one on the stage who can speak at it from, you know, biologically being correct.
Right, from a woman's perspective. But also,
yeah,
interesting, it sort of is Donald Trump's position. He's also moved away from a harsh pro-life, anti-abortion stance. Speaking of Donald Trump, not on the stage last night, was in Florida, not far away at a rally. Take a listen.
They're not watchable. You know, the last debate was the lowest rated debate in the history of politics. So therefore, do you think we did the right thing by not participating?
All right. I'm not going to ask you if there's a chance. What has to happen for Donald Trump to show up, to make it politically important for him to show up at the debate a month from now?
I think if any single candidate starts to get momentum and they start cutting into his lead, the difference right now, though, is that they're swapping support amongst each other. They're not necessarily cutting into him. But if you see a Nikki Haley go out of the low teens into 20s, then all of a sudden it's like, okay, I'll put my foot down and end it right here.
Yeah, you have
two-candidate race, right? We might see it after a Super Tuesday if there's actually two legitimate candidates.
Could see a race. All right,
Yeah.
in other words, so you're saying there's a chance.
Maybe.
All right, maybe. Gentlemen, it's good to see both of you. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.